Hey, everybody. Welcome to the weekend. It's August 5th, and I'm going to give you some astrology for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And of course, you can watch me on the Soul Space at 7 p.m. Monday night for an in-depth weekly forecast. I am Georgia Rose, your psychic astrologer from Zencuda, and I hope you've all joined me on social media and YouTube. We've got a bunch of videos there for you, all the astrology, everything you need. And I do a short video every Friday for the Friday astrology report. And then, of course, on Monday night, I do my full podcast where we talk a little bit about astrology. We have spiritual guests. We have tarot card pulls sometimes and a whole bunch of stuff that'll really get you the guidance you need to know exactly how the stars are coming into energy in your life and also in the macrocosm that is our world. So we've got a lot of really great energy coming in, but it is intense. I talked in my last video quite at length about the Mars, Uranus, and North Node triple conjunction in Taurus. We've still got a lot of that going on, and that'll be with us until the end of the year. It's going to keep going in and out. This is really control versus freedom. People are going to want to rebel. It can be an angry energy, but it's a great energy for forging ahead and getting things done. So make sure that you take those long-term projects and you start to really get some movement with them, because this is long-term energy. This is about changes, breakthroughs, breakups, breakouts that are going to be with us for a long time, meaning whatever's breaking through or breaking up in your life, this is a change that's a long-term change. If you're having a revelation, something that's getting you to break out, that's a long-term change as well. We're gearing up in the energy. We're moving towards August 11th, which is the fourth supermoon of the year. And the supermoon on the 11th means that the moon is closest to the earth. This is an ignition point for everything that's going to be unfolding for the rest of the year. And it's really important because it's also going to speed up the energy. You're going to find now from September, October, November till the end of the year, things are really going to be moving quickly in all of our lives and in the world. We're going to see a speeded up kind of an energy, but also a very unstable energy in the geomagnetic fields of the earth, because we have so many signs, so many planets in fixed signs, which usually would make things stable. However, Uranus is an unstable energy in the fixed sign of Taurus. So it's rebelling against that stability. It wants to change things and break things free, especially the structures we've lived with for a long time that maybe are tired or archaic or no longer of the best use. So look and see where that would be in your life. You want to look in your chart and see what house Taurus is affecting. And that'll give you an indication of how this energy is going to be interpreted for you. So we're going to have a fast few months. The crescendo is building towards November. It actually starts in September. That's an enormous month for the energy. So we're really building up towards a lot of intensity. These can be low energy manifestations. What do I mean by that? I mean that we're starting this weekend with an energy that comes in and things are really going to start to break up and break apart. Anything that's not of use to us, anything that we haven't been making a decision on for a long time, is really going to come to the forefront. These are entanglements that we've been through with people or situations, work situations, structures that we kind of depend on and trust, but maybe are like a house of cards or something that's not really stable. So those things are really going to come in and break free. We're going to want to break apart. It's going to be like a rebellious energy. Sometimes we're going to want to resist it, but the best thing that you can do is really flow with it. We have planets going into fixed signs. At the time of the full moon coming up next week, we have 6 planets in fixed signs. That's Lockhorns. That's like, my way is right. I don't care about your way. So you're going to see a lot of people very, very determined in that energy to forcibly make their will upon someone or forcibly want their opinions to be accepted by someone. It can be a very fanatical type of energy, but the way to use that beautiful determination over the next few days is to get things done. We've got a moon in Virgo today, Friday, and on Saturday. And the Virgo moon is great for those tasks that we procrastinate on, finally digging in, getting them through. I always know when the moon's in Virgo because I end up starting to clean out closets. It's like I can always say to myself, I gotta go look because I have this urge to clean out a closet. The moon must be in Virgo. So Virgo is a very exacting energy. The life lesson of Virgo is that the world is perfectly imperfect and we should be accepting and embracing of those things. So when you do get that control versus freedom, playing out in your life, or maybe someone else is playing it out on you, remember that lesson of acceptance from this beautiful Virgo moon. This also is long-term relationship between centralization and decentralization. So in the days to come, especially in the early next week, we may see some involvement with the stock market or financial things, centralized banking and decentralized banking. This energy this weekend is highlighting individual freedom. We're going to see a lot of breakups for relationships in this energy. Could be a boss, employee partnership, could be a romantic partnership, could be a fallout with children, could be, any kind of relationship that you have in your life with friendships. And usually the breakups that occur in this energy are permanent. They are things that really are for your higher good, even though they may not feel like it. So try and keep that outlook, because this is the energy where those things will happen. Now, from Friday until Monday, the moon is out of bounds. And when the moon is out of bounds, we get very emotional. We want to be, and it's also opposing, Mars and Uranus are opposing. So when the moon opposes Mars and Uranus, it's an energy of our freedom. We feel like the slightest thing maybe can be restricting or restraining to us, and we want to bust out of it. We want to be free. We want to feel free. We want to be able to do whatever we want, when we want, the way we want to do it. That's that energy. It's an energy of being emotional about it. People are going to be a little bit out of control sometimes with emotion, and that can be good or bad. If you're feeling joy, it'll feel just expanded in joy. If you're feeling frustration, it can be expanding that frustration. So what you want to do in that energy is move. It's a great weekend to get physical activity, whether that's swimming or, biking, or get out there. It's beautiful weather here in the Northeast where I live. And this is a time when you really want to get out, ground in that beautiful earth energy. Since we have so many signs and fixed energy, the earth can really help us here. You want to maybe be by water so we can flow the energy, but you want to physically move energy right now through the body. And that's going to really help you adjust to whatever changes are taking place. August 7th, which is Sunday, Mars squares Saturn. When Mars squares Saturn, it's a reality check. We've maybe, with the Virgo moon and some other planets that are in play, Jupiter as well, we may have this feeling of optimism, even in the face of some frustrations. That Virgo moon comes in to make us do the hard work we need to feel satisfaction, to feel like we're getting things done. It's a fabulous energy for that. If you're looking to complete a project or yard work or moving or anything like that, it's going to be a really productive weekend for you. But on Sunday, when we have that Mars square Saturn energy, it's like hitting a wall. It comes in the end of the day, which is good, but it's almost like a reality check. It's like our optimism is we finally realize, oh, we weren't being so realistic about something. This is really what it is. And again, the lesson of acceptance comes in. The planets are really aligned right now for a lot of lessons about accepting people's, weak areas, accepting people's blind spots, especially our own blind spots, that we don't see something all the time and then it's revealed to us. And not beating ourselves up on it, not beating up on the other person, but really accepting what life brings us so that we can find more joy and expand ourselves to more love in those challenging or frustrating times. So all this energy is really gearing up for that supermoon that comes in on the 11th. I'll have more about that on my show Monday night at 7. But for the Friday to Monday forecast, I would say it's a great weekend for getting things done. If you're feeling that frustration or rebellion or a little bit of the, chaotic, people's emotions are really going to be heightened in this energy, easily offended in this energy. And you want to really stay out of those kind of negativities. So use the energy to expand your own fixedness, get fixed on doing something productive, and use the determination of the Virgo moon and these planets in Taurus to move yourself forward on the things that you maybe have been avoiding or things that are incomplete. You want to tie up these loose ends, because we are going to be coming into a time after that full moon this week where it's a super moon, where energy starts to move really fast, really rapidly, starts breaking apart anything that's just been lingering and driving us a little crazy. So it's a good time. Things are going to change. There's a lot of rebellion. Sometimes that's good energy. It moves you to a place you need to be, but you really want to make sure you're staying grounded and using it for productivity, not to get into the war of words, especially where Mercury is in the universe right now. It can really be a war of words. You don't want to get into that Lockhorn type energy. Might is right. We're watching some things on the global stage now with Taiwan and China. really not a good time energetically for that to be happening. So we really have to keep our vibes high and pray for great outcomes everywhere in the world. And that's about it. This is that energy that comes in. Just one more thing I wanted to say was that energy that comes in on Sunday, that Mars square Saturn. Mars is a military type of energy. It's aggression. It's the god of war, so you can see what that part of the world that we're looking at, really things will be heightened. But Saturn is limitations. So what happens is you have this energy that wants to break up and be aggressive, and move things forward with might is right. And then Saturn comes in to say, oh, wait a minute, not so fast. You're not going that far. And that will play out also in our own microcosms of our life. So see where you're looking to move forward, and just steady wins the race, but the energy is really going to pick up for the rest of the year. So you might want to tie up those loose ends and get things done. From a romantic perspective this weekend, I would say it's a good time to do things quietly. I would probably avoid getting involved in really large groups of friends and people because the emotions are definitely going to be very out of bounds, just like that moon for the next couple of days. So thank you so much. You can find me on zenkuda.com. You can find all my videos on Zenkuda on YouTube. I'd love it if you would subscribe to me so we can do our lives over there. And also Monday nights on the Soul Space on Strong Island Television and on my Facebook page. Join us. You can comment live, call in for a reading, and we will have some spiritual guests at time to time. Thanks so much. I love you all. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I'll be watching and I'll see if I can get an answer for you. If you want a personal reading, zenkuda.com under services. Thanks so much. And I will be seeing all of you very soon on Monday night, 7 p.m. Soul Space.